Dearest Board of Directors, I'm excited to be here today to share with you a little bit about our first year together, the challenges and some of the changes that took place, but also our successes. Along the way, we will also talk about our future, how we will continue to thrive together. And so our executive team will be sharing their thoughts with you, and then we'll conclude with our vision for a brighter future.
Over the past year, we have went through many changes, including adapting to new leadership. With a shared commitment of collaboration, sincerity, integrity, respect, accountability, transparency, and active listening, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. We need to remain committed and lean on each other's experiences for our shared success. This past year, I am proud to share that we have exceeded our gross enrollment goal of 2,000 by 71 gross enrollments. Year over year, centers have exceeded their previous year's net enrollments by 12%, or 180 net enrollments with an equivalence of roughly $2.7 million. Additionally, we have initiated facility enhancements at the majority of our centers and have begun implementation of 14 new programs. This upcoming fiscal year, we plan on launching the 14 new programs to increase our capacity, which will help us achieve our net enrollment goal of 2,200, a 30% increase over last year's performance. To achieve this goal, we are making a conscious effort to increase corporate visibility by conducting frequent center support visits with the overarching goal to further improve collaboration and shared accountability. Together, we got this. I'm looking forward to working with all of you to celebrate our shared success.
As Chief of Staff, I wear many hats at CET, and one of the things I want to share about today is our strategic plan. So as we know, strategic plan is more than a document. It's a roadmap. It helps us align our strategic priorities and make sure that we're all moving in the same direction. And so I want to just talk about the importance of the strategic plan and some of the things that it'll allow us to do. So it allows us to stay focused on our priorities and our without distraction. We can measure and celebrate milestones along the way. We are ensuring that everyone, including leadership and center staff, are aligned on how we're going to move forward as an organization and the strategic priorities. And it'll help us better prepare for any, to take advantage of any opportunities that come along the way and to face any challenges together, especially in this interesting political climate. And so I will be meeting with the centers directly to talk more about the strategic plan and dive deep into the work that we've got done in year one, but I do want to talk about a couple of highlights. So one of them, which we shared before, is the realignment at the corporate and center level. So this has allowed us to ensure that there is equity in compensation, and that will help us retain talented staff and recruit talented staff. And so we're really excited that we're able to take care of that in year one. We have invested heavily in tenant improvements across CET centers. We want to make sure that our centers are inviting and safe. And we've also made sure that we've upgraded labs because, as you know, hands-on is one of the secret sauces of CET success. And so we want to make sure that we have plenty of space for students. We will be launching 14 new programs that will require more space, more lab. And so we're excited to see how those programs roll out. One of the greatest achievements, I think, of this first year of the strategic plan has been the way that we've been able to integrate center voice in a different way. So whether it's reviewing policies, discussing new procedures, or setting big goals, we're including the centers so there's buy-in and we can move together collaboratively. I'm looking forward to meeting with the centers to talk about their individual contributions to the strategic plan, answer any questions they have, and figure out how we're going to jump into year two. I'm thankful for the time and energy that everyone has devoted, and thank you for the time that you have devoted to CET and its students.
Over the past fiscal year, the Human Resources Department has made significant changes. So we did a organization-wide realignment, which means that we developed new pay scales, we created new job titles, which gives employees the opportunity for career progression. This has also enabled us to be competitive in the job market, where we can retain our employees and recruit top talent. CET also implemented a 401k match program. It is still based on years of service. However, employees no longer have a 2-year waiting period before they can participate. The employer match starts up to a maximum of 10%. And so, for example, if an employee, and it's a true match, so if an employee contributes 3%, CET matches 3%. There's more parameters around that, but this is a high-level overview. Nonetheless, it has increased participation. All right. Employee health benefits are now covered at 99% for employees and 80% for dependents. So this has created more cost effectiveness on both sides. It has increased participation, and this will enable us to have better and competitive rates for the next open enrollment period. So for the next fiscal year, the Human Resources Department will grow, and we are hoping that this will help us keep the momentum going and that it'll enable us to better serve all of our 11 centers at Center for Employment Training.
Our newly formed Public Affairs Department was launched in March. Since then, our team has focused on 3 key areas: visibility, funding, and engagement. On the national media front, CET was featured on Univision's Despierta America and recognized on USA Today's Top 250 Vocational Schools list. This is a testament to the work happening across all 11 campuses. We also worked hand in hand across departments to submit competitive proposals for nearly $4 million in new grant funding. If awarded, these funds would help expand our programs in clean energy, construction, and other growth sectors. We reminded our friends in Sacramento that CET is still here and still going strong, rekindling our relationship with key leaders, including the California Labor Secretary, the Director of the California Workforce Development Board, and the Director of the Employment Development Department. Back in March, CET's iconic Cesar Chavez breakfast brought in record attendance and renewed energy around our mission, bringing together community leaders, partners, and alumni. This October, we will launch a new tradition. Please mark your calendars for our first ever fundraising gala on October 18th. Looking ahead, we're focused on amplifying our impact, deepening our relationships, and telling CET's story in a way that reflects the power of our students, our staff, and our mission.
In 2025, CET secured and implemented several key grants that advanced our funding diversification goals. One was the Hire Grant, totaling $3.3 million, which supported justice-involved individuals at our Colton and Coachella campuses. These funds covered tuition for 55 participants, and it also covered milestone incentives and supportive services. These funds also provided funding for 4 sub-grantees serving different age groups. We also received $985,000 through the Phase 2 of the Farm Worker Advancement Program to enroll 105 new farm workers, which will allow us to strategically leverage NFJP dollars. The CET Coachella campus received the Prospero Grant in the amount of $806,250. This grant supported the launch of a new electrician program and will fund tuition for 62 participants starting July 2025. The CET Colton campus received $250,000 in a Catalyst grant, which will allow us to launch a heavy equipment specialist program. The program goal is to enroll 52 participants starting August 2025. These opportunities enable us to strengthen institutional accountability, manage over a dozen contracts, maintain 100% audit compliance, and improve internal monitoring and training systems. We also streamlined eligibility, improved data accuracy, and advanced cross-departmental transparency. In 2026, we will continue modernizing our data systems, refining policies, and strengthening partnerships to drive continuous improvement, innovation, compliance across all CET campuses. Thank you. We look forward to another successful year grounded in integrity, collaboration, and measurable impact.
In 2025, Academic Affairs made bold strides in enhancing access to students in various career technical education programs. From launching new programs to securing top-tier partnerships and funding, we were able to start programs that CET had not made access to in these industries. This year's accomplishments exemplify a united commitment to quality, relevance, and growth. A major breakthrough was the launch of the Heavy Equipment Operator Occupational Program, designed to meet talent needs of industry and also fill in occupational gaps. Academic Affairs is also very proud that it engaged with Clean Tech California to secure cutting-edge technology in heat pump water heater technology for a couple of our programs, the GVC, the Green Building Technology programs, the HVAC, ventilation and air conditioning technology. Along with the acquisition of these programs and this technology, of course, came the imperative to reach out to industry for skills training of our instructors. We made very good strategic alliances with companies such as Dig This Academy that provided awesome training to our faculty, and now they are ready to go back to the classroom. And we currently have approved this year in 2025 about 10 to 14 programs, some of which are still in approval. They're just pending approval. But that is an extraordinary number of new programs that are being replicated. And of course, this redounds in the increased capacity of each center that, opens up HVAC programs, heavy equipment operator programs. So this is very exciting. Academic Affairs collaborating with fiscal departments, facilities department, and of course, local directors were able to focus on the necessary upgrades in the classrooms where the new equipment is to be installed. 2025 was a year of growth, deepened partnerships, and transformative learning classroom environments. The Education Department's collective efforts have laid the groundwork for an even more impactful future where students are empowered, programs are relevant, and industry engagement drives excellence. We're proud of what we build, and we're excited of what's ahead.
During the 24-25 academic year, we had some changes in financial aid. Some of the changes were previously planned by the Department of Education, and other changes or challenges have been developed with the new administration. So we're finding that the new administration is canceling some repayment plans, for example. The new administration is proposing something that it has been proposed for many years, but now it seems that it has been enacted, is the workforce Pell. Will be for short-term programs, like we have some of those programs at CET, and now starting on 26, we may be able to offer those Pell grants to students as well as student loans, prorated, of course. Mm-hmm. Some of the challenges as well is that the new administration has determined that probably the schools should be setting up new caps for student loans, which we believe, some of us, that will create confusion, inequities, and a few issues for students with lower income. Out of the total enrollment for 24-25, new enrollees were close to 1,800 students. Out of those 1,800 students, 1,457 applied for financial aid or were recipients of financial aid. Some kind of Pell Grant, student loans, a combination of all of those things. Then the total financial aid process by our financial aid staff, it was $13.9 million.
Last year, one thing I'm really proud of is we really invest over $3 million on the new programs and also investing in our TI improvement, and to put us in a better position for this fiscal year, 26, which is now additional 14 programs, increasing our enrollment numbers. Increasing enrollment numbers means increasing our revenues. We increased 171 net student from previous year. That shows a very encouraging number. The goal is minimum 4 programs for every center. That is going to improve the revenue, going to improve the enrollment numbers, diversify our programs, and also we know this program is going to work in those centers. Okay, the biggest challenge for this fiscal year is cost management. We try to implement a new vendor management system, which can help us to optimize our efficiency, redundancy, the same time also a negotiating with all the vendors. That could be a lease, could be a new contract for different kind of suppliers. So that way we try to achieve 5 to 7% over all of our expenses, which is close to $34 million. This is a team effort. We're all one team effort. Each department, each sectors, we are one unit, basically. And CET is bigger than us. So let us focus on our mission.
And now it's my turn. I want to share with you my pride in each and every one of you. Together, we have been able to succeed and accomplish remarkable successes in our first year together. One of the things that I'm most proud of is that together we were able to change and still honor years of legacy, but at the same time change where we want to go in the future. We were challenged to find a new leadership style that will continue to work for CET. And what we did was we created this executive team. All of these members that you heard from are working together to do consensus building. We are working together from a great leadership model to our day-to-day operations that will always continue to serve those most in need in our communities, from veterans to our farm workers, to students coming out of high school that are trying to find their way in life. No matter who it is, we will continue to serve our community with great pride. And it takes each and every one of you to do so. So let us continue this journey that we are all on in ensuring that the CET mission comes alive in our hearts and in our communities. And so no matter what life dishes out, we will continue to overcome all obstacles, but we do it together. It doesn't matter if you are in El Paso, San Diego, El Centro, Coachella, Colton, Oxnard, Santa Maria, Soledad, Salinas, Watsonville, or in San Jose. Together, we are one CET. It's the same mission and the same campaign to care. And so we will continue no matter what the obstacles come, even if it's federal, state, or local. Together, we will overcome those obstacles of funding or of connecting by making sure that our mission comes alive every day. And let's remember that Cesar Chavez inspired this movement that Dolores Huerta began with Si se puede. Not only did she say si se puede, but she said si se puede. Yes, we can. And together we will.